Okay, how do I know that mom loves me?
Is it recording?
All right. So,
One thing that mom does to show that she loves me is she buys me books that I want. These books aren't things that I need, but they're things that I want and things that I really enjoy. Mom buys me books because she knows that reading makes me happy.
Well, I know mom loves me because she tries to get to know me and become my best friend. Like, for example, she was really, really sweet and kind to me when Grandpa Yancey passed away. She asked a lot about him, about his funeral, about how my mom was feeling. And I feel like she could have just said, "No, I'm sorry," but she really tried to dive into the details. So that was really, really nice and really, really kind of her.
An instance that I remember that I knew that mom loved me was my junior year when I got my fourth ACT score back, and it was another same score that I've gotten twice already. And I was really, really stressed out about that and worried about that. And she came to the school and she talked to me in the hallway for at least 15 minutes, just about that, how this test wasn't all or nothing and it didn't define my worth and I could still do better and still succeed, and that she still loved me and still had faith that I could do better. And she even went further than that. She talked to some teachers about different things that I could do, and talked to my counselor, how my counselor calmed me down and talked to me about it. She was just always looking out for me, and I knew that mom loved me because of what she did to help me out.
So around like the end of my freshman summer, my mother is looking at my schedule for this upcoming fall term, and my schedule and such, and she took the liberty to interrogate all of my teachers on Rate My Professor, and that was really intense of her. The religion professor that I have for the upcoming fall semester is really, really tough, and she read some of the reviews on Rate My Professor, and they sounded incredibly just strenuous. And not only has she figured this out for me, she had also found a different teacher teaching at the same time as this teacher that I was with, and had figured out how I could get into that class, which had just a much less strenuous workload. And it was just a really, really small thing, but she went through a lot to get that, and it ended up really being a big help to me. That coming fall semester to not have to worry about my religion class quite as much as I would have otherwise.
so one of the ways that I know that Kim really loves me and is being part of the family is one of my favorite stories. I was sitting in the basement on the beanbags with Cass, minding my own business, when Kim asked me a very pointed question. It's just like, "Kirby, what are you doing with your life, and where does my daughter fit in that?" I was on the spot. I was like, "What? This is a huge question." And I knew my answer was well, I kind of want to be a professor, and your husband's a professor, but still, people like engineers and doctors. What do I do? What do I say? I was able to relax, and I was able to, because I knew where Kim was coming from. She was making sure that her daughter was going to get taken care of. And I feel that same kind of protectiveness for me, throughout all of this time. I've been a part of the family. I've felt a part of the family. I felt Kim has gone out of her way to make sure that I feel included, that my needs are taken care of, that my wants are taken care of. And so I've always appreciated that. And I always appreciated that motherly protectiveness that Kim has showed towards me.
So one of the main ways that I know that mom loves me is that she always shows up. No matter how big or small something is, she is always there. From anything like plays where all I did was say one line or move the spotlight, she made sure that she was there. If I forgot my homework, even though I was like a junior in high school, she was there and she brought it. Whenever I've moved from apartment to apartment, she's always been there, even though every other one of her daughters is perfectly capable of organizing their house without her. And one of the stories I think just really exemplifies this is in 4th grade when we went to go meet my teacher, Miss Riley, and she was, I believe, Mom called her a drill sergeant for a bunch of 9-year-olds. And I was pretty nervous, and mom was a little bit nervous about it as well, and so she signed up to be the homeroom mom so that she could be there for me. And I just remember it meaning so much to me to know that even if my teacher was a little scary, my mom was going to be there.
Well, I have another thing to say about Mom.
I think that trying to bring other people happiness is one way that you show them that you love them. And Mom does that a lot for all of us.
I also would like to wish you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a fun time with us. I don't know how you wouldn't have fun time with us, but I hope you do. And I love you a lot.
I love you, Mom. Merry Christmas. I love you, Mom. Merry Christmas.
Anyway, I love you, Kim. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for letting me be part of your lovely family.
I love you, Mom. Merry Christmas.
Love you, Mom. I promise you're not a helicopter mom at all. Merry Christmas. Thanks for everything.